Well, hello everybody, and welcome on back to the channel. Being Chris here with a special little build for you all. I'm actually really excited about this. I've been talking to some fellow Sims creators about building and getting inspired and stuff like that. So I wanted to share this special video with you all because I'm intrigued, but I'm also flabbergasted, I guess you could say, that this special hotel existed in my family. Actually, my husband's family, we don't have a whole lot of history, but I'm going to go ahead and try to make this as like simple for you all to understand. Basically, in my husband's family, there was a hotel. You could see here up on the screen. It is called the Dickson, and it's on Pine Street in Wildwood, New Jersey, which I am from. New Jersey is known for the beaches and the shores and all that good stuff. So, long story short, while we were sadly cleaning up our dad's house, we unraveled a whole bunch of history. And I feel that certain things called out to me, and there is a postcard that I have here that I'm going to show you. You're not going to be able to see it. I'm actually going to post it up on screen, as you can see. But I found this postcard in a plastic bag down in Dad's workshop. Okay. We had to sell house, which is sad. And I really feel for those that have to do it. It's probably the hardest thing you have to do when your loved ones have to be, have to be put in a home, or, it's a lot. I don't want to go to that point, but I also want to be open and honest that I felt that when I was over at Dad's and going through things and, figuring out what we're going to keep, what we're going to sell, all that good stuff, I came across this postcard and people looked at me like I was nuts. They're like, "This is a postcard." I'm like, "Yes, but whose postcard is this?" So we've unraveled a little bit of history here in our family. And this hotel was part of the family. I'm not going to say my last name, but anyway, and it existed. It's no longer in Wildwood, New Jersey. Sadly, it's probably an apartment complex or a condo. Wildwood is one of the popular beaches here in New Jersey. I have only been a few times, but it is beautiful. And looking up at this hotel here, I'm looking at this postcard and I'm so ready to buy it. But if you look at it, you can see that it was probably the 19, I don't know, like 50s or something like that. But there's like a flat roof and it's in Wildwood, New Jersey. You can see it's on Pine Ave, and it's called the Dickson Pittsburgh. And it has one, two, three, four floors. Four floors. That is amazing. And look at the porch. There is like kind of a wraparound porch, and there is a staircase going up. So, this is really cool. This was 57, it's saying 57 to 84. Maybe that's how many years it existed. I'm not really sure. If anybody is a history buff and wants to help me out, I have been looking, I have been searching. So I found this. This is called the hippostcards.com. It is a listing and it kind of just tells you some details. 1915. Here we go. The Dickson Pittsburgh Hotel, Pine Ave, Wildwood, New Jersey. Ryan Antique postcard. Let's see what else. So it doesn't really say anything about the history. The listing has not been sold, so there's not much history here, but I have this here and I love it. I got a really nice glass frame. I have it on my back of my I have it sitting on my corner hutch because I love the fact that this is a part of our history. But I'm also glad that I came across this because it's also inspiring me to share this story with you all and also share a build with you all. So I'm going to go on in and I'm going to go ahead and try to build this as best as I can. I think this would be cool for a really good video to do with some mods like hotel suite, I'm pretty sure, or Suite Life, I think it's called. um there's also another YouTuber who I've been talking to, Jason Serlin. He is amazing. I love his builds, and I was just so honored and like just excited to share this information with you all. So let's go ahead and let's dive in, okay? Okay, so before I go any further in, I went ahead and typed in the Dickson Hotel in Wildwood, New Jersey history. And here are some other pictures of this hotel. Um, the first one right here, I'm actually going to move my face a little bit. Oops, hold on. I'm going to move my face up here so you can see this one right here that I'm pointing at. I don't know if you could see. The Dickson Pittsburgh Hotel Wildwood. That kind of looks similar to the postcard I have, but then you have historic hotels in Wildwood, and it shows you the postcard. So apparently, I believe if you went to this hotel in the early 1900s, you were able to grab one of these postcards. But it's really cool. Like I'm looking at this one, it's on Facebook, but I don't know if this is actually part of it, but I believe this one right here is basically the Dickson because I see this staircase. If I can click on it a little bit bigger, let's say we're going to go to Facebook. I don't want to go to Facebook. I don't like Facebook. But you can see that there's a staircase here and then so like there was a bottom floor and then you go upstairs and I guess that's where the rooms were and then I don't see another staircase. Maybe there was a staircase inside. But I am going to do my research. And like I said, if you want to go ahead and come on this, adventure with me and kind of like look up some old history of hotels and stuff, join me. I just feel like, I am one for holding on to pieces of history because I feel like it tells a story. And could you imagine, like, this was a place back years ago where my husband's family ran this hotel. Like it kind of intrigues me and makes me like want to like go back and see like how things were, if that makes any sense. But it is actually quite fun, I think. So we are going to go ahead. I'm going to show you what I've built so far. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this video like complete today. Maybe I'll make it like into a little series. Maybe we'll make it into a hotel challenge. I don't know. You all can download it on the gallery once it's complete. Plus, I'm going to put in a couple links in the description down below. I would like for you all to follow some people that really are just inspiring. They're great people and they're great builders and stuff. And hopefully you get inspired because, I know there's a lot going on with The Sims and all. And I feel like, at my age, because I am old, um, I've spent half my life with The Sims and I've always used The Sims as a fallback, as an outlet and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and try my hardest to not get bored with this, to kind of just really do some, research and stuff and try to build this hotel. And there's different angles. So now I know what the opposite side of the hotel looks like. This is going to be great. So let's hop on in, okay? So apparently I can't find the build that I did. So let's do this together. We're going to go on over to Newcrest. I am going to choose a 50 by 40 lot. We'll check it out and let's see. I cannot wait for like the holidays. I'm sorry, I'm looking the other way because I am so like excited to go ahead and ask like, my husband's family, like, does anybody remember this? I was actually making like a decision whether or not I want to get these printed and give them to the family for Christmas and stuff like that. So let's go. And I think basically what I'm going to do is I will turn this into a speed build and let's go ahead and let's just get started first. I would like to do, I know the stairs were really hard. Now there is so many windows. Like there is one, two, three, four double windows. And then up at the top, like the top level, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 windows. And some are double, some are single. I think the hardest part I had with this build when I was building was having the stairs go up. So I'm going to try to figure that out. But I thought that maybe I could just give you all a little background on what this build is, and I hope that you're excited at least a little tiny bit. I love moments like this in The Sims, and that's why I love The Sims. I love being able to recreate things that we love, and I've never been able to go to this hotel. I wish that it still existed. I wish we didn't have to knock down like historical buildings in order to make these townhouses and stuff. So New Jersey's overpopulated anyway. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started, and I will be right back and talk you along the build. Okay, so let's get started. Here we are. We are going to just put down a floor, and then I'm going to do each wall. I should have copied and pasted it, but you'll see that this build alone has a lot of windows, okay? And the stairs really were not as hard as I thought they were going to be. But these windows I am using, they are from base game. Now, sidetrack. Let's sidetrack here a little bit. You know, Adventure Awaits came out with these wonderful windows that have screens in them. I would love the option, if it's possible, to have windows open. I know there's some like in Island Living and stuff like that, but it would be so cool to just have like a window open with just a screen. That would be awesome. This red door turned out to be perfect for this build. And I just put in a single staircase, but there are 4 floors to this hotel. Like it's so big. I don't know how many rooms. I really am going to I'm going to continue to dive in. This is going to be our first video, but in our second video, when we actually start to decorate and stuff like that, hopefully I can have a little bit more information, like how many rooms and stuff like that. But it's really cool to finally be able, to sit down and build this. I'm actually really excited. Hopefully one of my family members can watch this and say, Chris, you did a good job. Yeah. So there are 3 like porches, I'm gonna say, or like balconies. Not really, there's 2. But the first one is like for the main entrance, but the second and the third, I could see walking out on the balcony and having like, a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, depends on what day it is, and just looking out at the ocean. This I heard from what I read, this is the it says, where did it say? Um it says, oh, okay. So on the postcard itself, it says the Dickson, 336 East Pine Ave, second hotel from the beach. Could you imagine? Yes, we're building this in Newcrest, but 2 hotels from the beach. Now, for those of you that did not, grow up around a beach or in the shore or at the shore, didn't vacation, being close to the beach was awesome. I know that we grew up going to Seaside as kids, and that's more like North Jersey. I'm now in South Jersey. But we would go every summer for a week to Seaside, and we would stay at a rental, which kind of looked like a, I don't know how you would explain it, but it was nothing like this. It wasn't a hotel and it wasn't a motel. It was an actual rental house. And back then, we were, able to afford it, because nowadays, forget it. You're not able to go ahead and rent you can rent decent houses, but the prices are extremely overpriced. Like, you got to have like some money in your pocket to go to the beach, which I haven't been to in a few years, sadly. So anyway, going back to this build, not only did I find this postcard when I went to, go to Dad's house, we actually spent a good year getting rid of stuff. He was a car collector. He loved cars so much, classic cars. And he not only had one part, he had like 3 or 4. He had a lot of parts. And we're coming to the end of this video because I want to save a lot more for the second one. But I just want to say that I'm so happy. Not only did he love cars, but he also kept a lot of history himself, and I want to do the same. So please join me, friends, with this build. I'm so excited, and I feel like inspired to do this with you all. And hopefully, I'll be able to tell you all more stories. Maybe I can grab my husband and he can tell us some stories as well. But thank you so much for joining me today. Please leave a thumbs up. It will help get me on the algorithm. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this build so far. How do you like it? I know it's a lot. When this is done, it's going to go up on the gallery, and I am going to try out the Sweet Life mod. I'm going to try to do my best to go ahead and incorporate that in. But thank you once again so very much, and shout out to Jason Sterling for helping me to get inspired with this build. And let's go ahead and just take a look at another picture of this hotel called the Dickson. I want to go back to the early 1900s and just visit this place. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so very much. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.